Remember, you.
And those Africans have to be organized to fight for their liberation. And those Africans have to be organized to fight for their liberation.
Business. You don't want to miss our live interest meeting and Q&A happening Wednesday, August 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern, hosted by the Ticket Blog. We're breaking down what's inside our exclusive seller community and how you can start building a profitable online ticket business from scratch. Tap in live for a special offer, answers to your questions, and the info you need to get started. Go to thetickettrap.com and join us. Again, thetickettrap.com.
Yo family, real quick. I'm proud to announce the soft launch of Sincere Love to God's new book, From the Womb to Illmatic, a hip-hop-inspired blueprint for unlocking your child's inner genius. This ain't your average parenting book. This is for the culture. Inspired by Illmatic, built around his own son Seven's early development, and packed with real tools to help parents turn everyday moments into genius-level learning. If you've ever wanted to give your child a head start without losing your roots, this book is for you. Available now on Amazon. Order now and leave a 5-star review. You already know, we raising brilliance around here.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Oh, wow, we're live.
We are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Sincere Love to God Cast. We are back. I am the God, Sincere Love. Back in the house once again with my lovely co-host, Nicety Girl, over here on this side. We in the digital building. What's going on with y'all?
Oh, back like we never was gone. It's been a few weeks, I feel like, but we back.
Yeah, whenever we gone for a week or two, it feels like forever because so much stuff be going on.
Man.
So many stories and topics to cover, but we can't tackle them all, man. So,
Right.
You know, we got to do what we got to do. But we here today, and you guys are here with us, so thank you for being here. Come on up in here, hit the like button. Share this out on your social media platforms. Let everybody know that we are live right now with another episode of Sincere Love to God Cast. And today we're going to be talking about the Amanda Seales debate on, what was it called? Surrounded or something like that. The debate show that she was on. So we're a little bit late on this topic. I know a lot of people already covered this and went on it. But like I said, we haven't been here. And so much stuff has gone on, but this is still a hot topic.
Right.
So we got to put our 2 cents in from a FBA, through an FBA lens. So let everybody know that we live right now. We getting ready to get it popping.
Absolutely. And shout out to the New Black Media for jumping right on top of this, you know, and just letting everybody know, do not be deceived. Do not be deceived.
At all. And a little bit later on in the show, I forgot to even mention this to you, Nicey, but a little bit later on in the show, probably when we get about 30 minutes in or so, I'm going to be introducing a new segment to Sincere Love to God Cast. We got a new segment for y'all that we're going to be including in our weekly broadcast. So make sure that y'all stay tuned, man. We're going to debut that today, probably about 30 minutes in. You know what I'm saying? We give people enough time to get up in here and start vibing with us. So, what's been going on with you since we've been gone, man? Before we get into the topics, you know, what's been going on?
Just hot. Remodeling my house a little bit, not remodeling, but doing things to my kitchen, you know, my living room and stuff like that. So I've been doing the homey stuff, making my house feel like a home again. And I say again because I had, people living with me for over 2 years. So I'm just getting my house back
Oh,
clean how I like it, in order how I like it. I'm painting. I got new furniture, which I haven't even had delivered yet because I haven't started painting yet. But just doing the homey stuff and get my house back how I want it.
that's what's up. That's what's up. And shout out to the family coming in the building. I see young Con and Dawn in the
What's up,
building.
y'all? Calm the
Peace,
dawn.
peace, peace. What's going on with you, King? Shane Foster, what's good? What's good? And my brother Cool Keezy.
Cool
Cool,
Keezy.
cool Keezy know what it is, man. Y'all make sure that y'all follow
Yes.
that brother right there, Cool Keezy. And he got a channel here on YouTube as well. I think it's called Cool Keezy on
He
YouTube, if
be
I'm not
on
mistaken.
next too. He be on next too.
All day.
All day.
All day. All day. That's our brother right there. So y'all make sure y'all follow him and subscribe to his channel. Drop your link in the chat, Cool Keezy. Drop your link in the chat so people can follow you. And y'all make sure y'all share this out. Make sure y'all share this out. Put it on Twitter,
Yes.
put it on Facebook and all that. Let people know that we live. Um, but yeah, man. I've been kicking it, doing the family thing, kind of getting reoriented over here as well.
Right?
You know, go ahead, what you gonna say?
I was like, you was like on a whole vacation. I was like, shoot, I want
Yeah.
to
Right. Yeah, yeah.
go.
Shout out to my son Seven. Seven turned 10 on the 15th.
17.
He had his 10th birthday. And so we took him to Disney World down in Orlando, Florida.
That
Went
was
down there
dope.
for the weekend. We had a great time down there. Had a real great time down there. We did a little bit of not everything. You can't really conquer. It's too much to
Right.
do down there. You can't really conquer everything, but we did a lot. We did a lot. We went to what's it called? Universal Studios.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
Okay.
we went to Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom. We did a lot. We did a lot.
Every day, y'all didn't even rest at
Right,
that point.
right. We was moving. We was moving, but we had fun. We had a lot
I've
of
been to
fun.
Orlando once, and I've only been to Orlando one time, which was when I flew from LAX to Orlando, from Orlando to Jamaica. But I did on our way back, we ended up missing our flight back home, so I had to stay an extra day in Orlando. So I was
Mm,
able to get a hotel there and Uber back to the airport. So that's as much as Orlando I've gotten myself. Now, are they known for like the alligators and stuff like that too? Like other.
yes,
Oh wow.
yes,
Okay.
and it was crazy because on the resort where we stayed, they got like walking trails and all of that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I was hoping they had like a gym, a little fitness center or something, so I could,
Right.
I wouldn't fall off too much. You know what I'm saying? And so they had walking trails. So I said, all right, let me get up and go, do a little walking. You know what I mean? Just to be active. And I get out there on the trails and I see the signs. Oh,
No.
snakes and alligators. I said,
Yeah,
oh
let me turn
hell
around.
no.
Let me turn around.
The hell no. We is not going over here. I got to stepping real quick about it
Yeah,
there. I
I
said,
know that's
man,
right.
I ain't built for this. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
was trying to walk in the populated areas, not trying to go off into no cut nowhere. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But I seen like even behind one of the buildings is basically like a swamp. I'm like, shit, of course there's alligators over this motherfucker.
Wow. Why I
Like,
wonder why they do that.
right.
Considering what happened some years back with the little kid at the Disney resort, and it was the same thing where they had that pond or lake or whatever where the alligators are residing. I wonder why do they do that knowing that situation? Because
It's
the signs aren't
crazy.
up. It
It's
makes no
crazy.
sense.
Right. I'm like, man, I gotta have the hammer out this month. Like, yeah, I
You
gotta have
hear
the
me?
hammer at Disney World. You know what I'm saying? I ain't messing around with no alligators, man.
But it's
Mm-mm.
worth going.
Oh, nah, we had mad fun. We had mad
Question.
fun.
Is Disney so out here with Disneyland? Disneyland is in Orange County, way over here, and
Uh-huh.
then Universal Studios is way in Hollywood, basically down there. Studio City. So is it a big,
Nah,
commute? No. Okay, that's a
nah.
huge commute for us.
So, Universal Studios is not connected to Disney.
Mhm.
So they got shuttles to go to all the parks from where we stayed because we stayed on a Disney resort.
Okay.
But they don't have shuttles that go to Universal. So we just had to take an Uber. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Still, it ain't far though. Still was like 20-minute ride. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no, from
Yeah,
Disneyland to our Universal Studios, you're talking about 45 minutes to an hour. So
yeah.
nothing is, yeah, close like
Nah,
that. You have to commute.
everything is right. It's like Disney World is like its own city. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like They got that shit sold up. It's all Disney out there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but it was mad cool though. But I ain't one thing about it though. Like on the resort where we stayed,
Hmm.
I could count the black people on one hand, and
Hmm.
then who knows where they was from?
Right.
Because when we was at Universal, we was on the line. We was at the Nintendo shit, the Mario World shit, whatever it's called, and we was on the line waiting to get on the Donkey Kong ride. And at this point, I'm looking for black people because me and Seven like, yo, ain't no black folks out here. Like, really,
Even he
it's
notices.
right. It's nothing but mostly Hispanics
Really?
and a lot of white people, but like European white people.
Right.
It ain't even like a lot of American white people. Like you see a white person, they either a white Hispanic or they got like some type of foreign accent or something. For the most part, you know what I'm saying? It's people from
Right.
just all over the world. You know what I mean? So we look kind of looking for black people. So we on the line for Donkey Kong, and I see these two black kids online. They was like behind us, and it's a long line. You waiting online for like an hour and a half. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I see them. They hot. They looking tired and all that. And so I'm like, don't worry, y'all getting up there. Y'all getting closer. And the kid looked at me. He was like, what you say, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of the
What?
look. That's kind of the look that he gave me. But he didn't speak English. Are you French? And I was like, oh, nah, I don't speak no French.
Oh wow.
Word, but yeah,
So
I
were
ain't.
they Haitian or
No. They was
maybe
from France. They was from
also
France.
they somewhere either from the Caribbean that
Most
live
likely they
over
from
there
Africa.
of
Most like
African,
yeah. Most
yeah,
likely they from West Africa, like
and no
Senegal or
English.
something like that. But they had no English, like little words and stuff like that. He didn't understand what I was saying at all. He was like
Wow.
he was looking at me like, huh? He was like, you speak French? And I was like, oh
Wow.
nah, damn, I
We
thought,
that's it. We that's it.
you know what I mean? And you notice when the black people really are foreign, especially the black men, when they don't give you the head nod. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they're like,
Like,
what's up?
right. You
Even
know what I'm
the women,
saying?
we do it as women too, right?
Really.
We do it too, to each other as well as to the men. Like, like
We
we have this
usually
thing where we
acknowledge
do
each
it too.
other. Right.
Yes.
Right. Women not so much because they like, oh, he with his wife or whatever. I don't want to, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? But the men usually is like, hey, what's going on, brother? What's good?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I wasn't getting that, I'm like, okay, he ain't from
Yeah. He
here.
don't he don't know what I'm talking
He ain't from here.
about.
But yeah, man, where we at though, man? We gotta come outside, man.
Yeah, out here, Disneyland area is a lot of tourists that come over here, but mainly from Asian countries and European. I would say Asian and European mostly. The
Yeah,
local blacks and Hispanic, of course, will go, but it's mainly European whites and Asians
yeah. Shout out to
that we
Jesse
see.
Paris in the building. Yeah,
What's up?
you know what it is. You know what it is. But yeah, man. All right, so let's get into some topics, man. Let's get into some
Let's get
topics.
into some topics, and I'm just going to start at the bottom for now of our materials. As we know, the hot topic right now is Trump deploying, the National Guard and
Yeah.
military to certain cities. So right now, Trump says that Chicago is next on his list to
Uh-huh.
take over with federal guards amid Washington D.C. crackdown.
Uh-huh. I seen that. I seen that. Any Chicago people in the building? We got any Chicagoans in the building? Let us know. Let us know what's the vibe like out there, man. What people talking about on the ground out there? Because in DC, it didn't really go too much how they thought it was gonna go. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Black people down in DC been standing on business, and we know Chicago. Chicago gonna stand on business as well out there. You know what I'm saying? Like the intimidation factor is not what they think it is.
right.
You know, running up in these black neighborhoods like that. But what you think this is about?
Obviously, just to, I honestly personally think that again, black people are used as the, you know,
Scapegoats.
scapegoat, to fear monger. But I think that this is more about illegal aliens than anything, to be honest. And yes, you still see those videos, of the National Guard kind of, stepping up to black people in their own yards and stuff. And because it's not going the way that they want it to go, you
Uh-huh.
know, you know, they're still going to do it, but I still think it's more about illegal aliens than anything. To me, I could
Yeah.
be wrong. Now, as far as Chicago is concerned, our sister Zoe Lee, she says this. She posted this 2 days ago. Anyone against the National Guard coming in really just wants to keep us killing each other. None of the reform y'all push work because they're not meant to work. It's big business. From organ harvesting to pocketing more money for so-called gang prevention. Don't send another Don Trump. The money is being stolen straight from our communities.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I rock with that right there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Zoe. You know what I'm saying? I like Zoe. She does
Right.
good work out there, and she's a friend of the show. Also, we had her on. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think she just, she got to stand on because she was rocking with Trump heavy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying
Still is.
during the campaign and all that. So I guess she got to co-sign whatever he got going on. But nah, that shit ain't cool. What they doing? That shit ain't cool. And the thing about it is like it's really just a bunch of high signing because it's like, okay, you got the National Guard and all these federal agents and stuff out there. I ain't hear nothing about no big bust though. Where the big bust at? Who y'all taking down?
Right.
What is
Right.
all of this for?
And my thing is, even out there, if you go, the first people that you should be targeting is those Venezuelan gangs, the ones that was taking over those apartment buildings and stuff like that up out there in Chicago and other areas. So if you're gonna start busting, I think it should start there.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
just
because
me.
that's what I'm saying. There's definitely some organized crime that be taking place in these cities and all of that stuff
Right.
that will require that level of intervention. You know what I'm saying, from the
Hmm.
alphabet boys and all of that. But that's not what they doing. Y'all just
Nope.
running around harassing black people. So I can't
And trying
co-sign
to
that.
intimidate, and you're trying to intimidate black people. You're not addressing the fact that guns are being put in those
Right,
communities mysteriously, dropped off near train stations and stuff like that. Like, these are the people that you should be going after, because you guys know exactly where that's coming from too.
right. And that's true too, Jesse Paris. The Democrats trying to do this whole gotcha thing on, people who weren't supporting them about,
Right.
see, like I told you so. This what y'all get, this what y'all wanted from Trump. Like,
That's not
no,
working. That's not
no,
working.
you know what I'm saying? Because the Democratic mayor out there in DC was calling for the National Guard just a couple of years ago when Biden was in office.
Right, right. So my thing is, but the thing about it is, they have short term memory, or they think we do.
If they think we dumb, yeah, they just think we don't know what the
Right.
hell is going on out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's we nonpartisan. We nonpartisan when it comes to these issues. We ain't got no permanent friends, no permanent enemies. We only got permanent interests.
That's
And
it.
so, you know what I'm saying? If it's not in alignment with our interests, we not rocking with it. And neither side is offering anything that's in alignment with our interests. Both of them have different tactics to go about, keeping us oppressed, maintaining the status quo. So that's how I see it. So as far as what Zoe was saying, I can't really co-sign that.
Right. So this was posted on Tesla's timeline on Instagram. So the Hill was reporting Latino civil rights group pushes Home Depot to limit ICE presence. My thing about this headline: Latino civil rights group. What
Right.
civil rights?
Right. Right.
Whose civil rights bill are you talking about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What
Why would
civil
you
rights did you fight for?
why would you voluntarily immigrate somewhere that you don't have no civil rights?
Right.
You know what I'm
Make it make
saying?
sense. Make
Yeah.
it make sense. It just sounds crazy. It says home, and then another slide. It says Home Depot keeps quiet on immigration raids outside its doors. My thing about it is, black people have, the police will run up on you for what they call loitering,
Uh-huh.
outside of different businesses, even outside your home half the time. If you're outside too long, they're running up telling you, you can't, just be out here. Y'all got to spread around. You can't do that. So why is it that they're able to hustle business, on this curb or whatever from residents around the area? Like, you can't.
Man, man, you
Like,
ain't
you do a
lying.
legit business.
You is not lying. And down here, heavy. I'm talking about ever since when did that start? When did that really start? Like I would say like right before Trump got reelected. All
Hmm.
of a sudden you start seeing all of these Mexican food trucks and just like pop-up stands, every gas station, every little big lots, parking lot, just everywhere. These people setting up shop, selling fruits, selling juices, selling tacos. And when black people try to set up little barbecue stands and stuff like that, they always get ran out. My man,
They always.
rest in peace of my dude Kev. And my dude Kev, you know what I'm saying? He was a Trinidadian brother, but he was official. Um, his food was so good, but he kept getting run from gas station to gas station, from parking lot to parking lot. He couldn't just settle nowhere and get money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
So
they let these people run it
run them
up.
up.
I be seeing these people be out there 1 o'clock in the morning. One
Listen,
o'clock in the
out
morning.
here in my city, Long Beach, Compton, especially LA, South Central LA, they're literally lined up. They're taking up whole blocks of these fruit stands and food trucks, or just, a big old thing of beef or
Got
pork
little
being
makeshift
swirling
marketplaces.
right in front of legit businesses. And I feel
Right.
like that's
These
disrespectful
people,
to the
got to pay
people.
for permits, licenses,
Exactly.
you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying, taxes, all type of stuff to be able to
Exactly.
do business.
Right. And they're on the corner, and I'm telling you, it's like block long of different, Hispanic things. Now, I don't know if you heard of them, but All Flavor No Grease, Bluebird, which Tariq just posted him the other day, and he's saying that he may have him cater the next FBA event at the museum. But those brothers I have been supporting literally for years, when they were all cooking in front of their houses.
Okay.
Taco Bell, um All Flavor No Grease, Bluebird, all these people literally started out cooking in front of their houses, and or at different parks and stuff, setting up shop, getting their names out there. All these guys have restaurants now. But when All Flavor No Grease, I was going over there on my lunch break, driving up to Watts, I'm saying, to get food. You had the police department, the mailman. They were right across the street from like the welfare office, or he was right on the corner of that, or the welfare office was on the corner. Anywho, you would see all these people lined up to get his food, including law enforcement. All of a sudden, he gets shut down. They start ticketing him heavy, fining. You can't cook in front of your own house in your own yard, because he wasn't outside on the curb. He was actually inside of his gate. But they were still fighting him. Now there's a taco man and a fruit man right there on the corner, literally on the corner. He was
Same
allowed to
corner.
stay. He was allowed to stay. He was on a public corner though. All Flavor No Grease was inside of his gate, and they had to shut down. So that's when he ended up invested in food trucks and stuff like that. So they all invested in food trucks. Now you have Bluebird and Taco Bell. They actually have brick and mortar restaurants now, and they're all partners in the Court Cafe. I don't know if you guys seen that here in LA, but it's a bomb black owned restaurant, bomb food, and they are all involved in that one restaurant.
They
But
let
it was
them rock.
because they were forced to.
They let them rock, man. They let them run
They
it
let them
up.
rock.
And also, like you were saying about that headline that you just read, these organizations, these are democratic organizations, which, they go hard to put together resources when illegal immigrants are being targeted, legal aliens,
Right.
whatever you want to call these people, are being targeted. They go hard to put together resources and programs and all that to try to defend them. You know what I'm saying? But when you see what's happening with Trump sending out the National Guard and all that, and it's going to affect black people specifically, they might say something, they might tweet something here and there, but they ain't really trying to do nothing about it to try to fix it or try to counter it at all. They ain't putting together no
Right.
resources, nothing, you know what I'm saying,
Nope.
to try to counter what's happening, because low key they co-sign it.
Not high key. I'm gonna say high key they're
Right.
co-signing, because again, we've been saying no tangibles, no vote. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking about where the resources at, where's the money that's gonna come into our community. We have reparations on the table here in California. We had the Democratic Party, the California Black Caucus, as well as a Democratic mayor, governor, I'm sorry, Newsom, who
Mm-hmm.
sabotaged it. So
Mm-hmm.
don't talk to me about immigration or nothing else until you talk to me about me and what my group need.
Mm-hmm. And I just seen something about Newsom. Newsom must be really gearing up to run for higher
Oh,
office
for
now, right?
sure.
I
For sure.
I
And
just seen
I
the
for
Vance.
sure.
I think it was Vance, or it was like some. I don't know if it's his official page, but it was some Vance page that put out an old video of Gavin Newsom. He banged out his campaign manager's wife.
Yep.
Did you
And I
see
had to
that?
apologize publicly for it.
I
Yeah.
didn't know. I didn't know about that. I
Yeah.
seen the
That's
video.
interesting.
I'm like, is this nigga apologizing for smashing the homie's wife?
Yeah. Yes, his campaign manager's wife. Yeah, right. And we're supposed to
Yeah.
trust you.
Wow.
We can't even trust you to keep your pants on.
Right. That
You
was
know what I'm
crazy.
saying? So yeah, he's definitely gearing up. You know, he's been trolling Trump heavy on Twitter, and every time he tries to troll him, a bunch of us FBAs are trolling his ass. You know, one, and I just put it in the materials if you want to show that Gavin Newsom has been using the same tactics to sabotage reparations, and we're talking the same tactics that we're talking about is every year from 2008, 9, 10, 16, 20, 21, 22, and 23 with the homelessness situation and misappropriating funds or whatever to combat homelessness here. They've been misappropriating those monies and giving them to nonprofits to benefit from. He has no intent on fixing the problem, and he definitely does
Wow.
not have an issue any intentions on getting reparations to foundational Black Americans, as though even though he pretended to up until the very end.
Right. All right. Let me see. Let me show y'all this right here. This is what Nicety is talking about. Can I play this? Can I play the audio
Yeah,
on this?
yeah, you can play
Okay.
it. It's no music,
but
it's just his
particularly
voice.
homeless. 12,029 human beings since January 2004 we've assisted off the streets and out of our shelter system. Thousands into permanent supportive housing, the biggest housing expansion in our city's history of supportive housing. This is just another in the long list of examples. Hats off to the 10-year council to end chronic homelessness. The state of California has been nowhere be found. And that's why we established this framework, what we call a 10-year plan to end chronic homelessness in San Francisco. Now, a lot of people across this country have adopted similar plans, but we're very proud of our plan, the robust nature of the plan.
Okay, that's from 2008. You ain't did nothing about the homelessness yet?
Nope. It's horrible here.
That's from 2008.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
2008, Gavin Newsom announced his 10-year plan to end homelessness. Okay.
And
Going on,
it's
going on 20 years.
right at this point, longer.
Yeah, he has started numerous projects to fight homelessness, calling them game changers. Billions have been spent, resulting in more homelessness, and May Newsom blamed others and asked, how do these people get reelected?
Seriously,
Okay.
how do they get reelected? Why do we keep, because he's a Democrat, like this whole, voting party over policy is getting out of hand for everybody, all of us who do that or has
Right.
done that.
Right.
But
That's a fact.
again, Newsom as well as the Democratic Party, the reason why they're going so heavy to protect ICE and stuff, because this is what they plan on running with the next election cycle for president. They're going to use
Yeah.
everything that Trump is doing in order to try and get votes from illegal aliens. That's all. And they can't vote. So how is that working out, considering they can't vote?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I don't get it.
But however, they may be winning over some sympathetic Negroes and some scared to death Negroes.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the Republicans don't got their shit together either, because everything right now is just hanging on Trump. What y'all gonna do? Trump can't run no more. So
Right.
what the Republicans gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. On the midterms is gonna say a lot about what the trajectory is. The midterms is gonna say a lot. But we coming up on that 30-minute mark, and like I said, we gonna introduce this new segment that we got on Sincere Love the Godcast. So again, y'all make sure y'all share this out. Let everybody know that we live right now, man. We're gonna hit y'all with the new segment right about now, because we got about 20 seconds before we enter the 30-minute mark. So we can go ahead right now. Let me go ahead and just introduce the new segment. I'm gonna just play it and let y'all get into it.
Now, today's report is going to be lighthearted, but still rooted in our FBA culture. I want to talk about roasting, something foundational Black Americans have always been the masters of. Some of the reasons we roast so hard goes way back. During slavery, Jim Crow, and even today, we've had to deal with constant insults, anti-Black racism, and gaslighting from the dominant society. Now, if you crash out at the wrong insult, you can get hurt or unalived. So instead, we sharpened our wit and turned it into a skill. As kids, we called it playing the dozens or even getting the funnies. The rules were simple. Anybody could get it, and the first one to get mad loses. It was a way to build tough skin, so when life threw real hate our way, we ain't fold. And that's why even now, FBAs will roast anybody. Family, friends, coworkers, the guy at the corner store, anybody could get it. We got no picks. Now, with that history in mind, I'm finna show y'all a clip of a Black American sister roasting somebody to the bone. Fair warning, if you got kids in the room, go and get them out the way, because it's finna get spicy.
You corroded booty hole, baggy-eyed bastard, you. You heard what the fuck I said. You can't argue with me, bitch. Talking about I'm on you. The only thing on you is them fucking flies and fungus, you funky motherfucker. Don't talk to me like that, you filthy, funky, stinky motherfucker, you. How the fuck your feet stink with Crocs on? It's air going in, bitch. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck about you, you funky, handsome, pretty bitch, you funky, you confused sexuality, you X-quiet chromosome having bitch. Fuck you. You smell corroded. Like I said, you smell like dirty kitties, bitch. Fuck you talk about. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck. You look like him and her. You're a they. You're a them. You
Not
a group
him
of
and her.
motherfuckers. You ugly, stinky, funky motherfucker.
We gonna see about that. Right. We gonna see about that. We gonna see about that. Shout out to our brother Cool Keezy, man. So Cool Keezy, yes indeed. Cool Keezy started doing his daily FBA reports, and I just like it. I just like how he do it. You know what I'm saying? He come in real quick. He talk about a specific issue that's going on, break it down, you know, from a real FBA perspective. You know what I'm saying? Sharp, concise, to the point, no fluff, none of that. And so I hollered at him. I said, "Yo, I want to include your daily reports on our weekly broadcast." You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be for him. It's a daily report, but it's gonna be our weekly report. You know what I'm saying, from my brother Cool Keezy right here on Sincere Love the Godcast. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Cool Keezy, and again, make sure that y'all follow him on social media and subscribe to his YouTube channel. He out here doing good work. Funny. If you still here, Cool Keezy, drop your links in the chat so the family can follow you and all that.
Her. I was waiting on him to say Miss Nigga.
Yo, and that's crazy because she's snapping on. I think she's snapping on, you know, somebody from the LGBT community.
Yeah,
and them people could go. Them, usually, them ain't the ones you really want to get into it with.
Right.
But her, that sister was
on it. She said, "Boy, yeah, you didn't. She didn't. They couldn't. That the reason why is she was snapping so quick. They couldn't even get a line in if they wanted to. She was too quick.
She was too quick on their ass. Too quick on their ass.
Funny. She said, "You like him and her."
Yeah, they had to be some non-FBAs or something because they ain't stand a chance. They ain't stand a chance because shit, you get into it with an FBA, one of them FBA gays, and that might not be the hill you want to climb on. All right, there you go. Shout out to my brother Cool Keezy. Did you drop your links? Make sure you drop your links, King.
Peace.
Yes, indeed. So, all right, it's about that time for us to get into our main topic for today. Like I said, we're going to be covering this Amanda Seales debate that she had on the YouTube channel. I think it's called Surround. And they have, you know, one person sitting in the middle and they surrounded by people who oppose their stance on whatever the issues may be that they're debating. And they do like a musical chairs kind of thing. First person to get in the chair, you know, gets to debate the person for however long until they get voted off or whatever. And I don't know. I'm not sure if it's productive or not. I don't know how I feel about it or not. Because hers is the first one that I watched the full thing of. I saw some clips when Candace Owens was on there.
Yeah.
And some of it, I'm like, this is not really productive. This is just for clicks and views because a lot of times people are just talking over each other and people get cut off so fast. Your time run out or you get voted off so fast, you don't even get to finish making your point. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But some of it from the one that I saw today with Amanda Seales, they did get into some, you know, there was some good stuff that was covered. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about whether it's productive or not.
I don't think I would say is I don't like how they're trying to make it like Amanda Seales and you know talking to the conservatives. You know, no, Amanda Seales is talking to tethers mostly who think they're conservative, you know, or have these conservative values. But when it is they're just aligning themselves with anything that is anti-Black American to me.
True, but there was one brother on there that I might have to say he was a true conservative, and I don't think he was really a coon. One guy that I seen on there, if y'all watched it, he was the guy with the glasses and the real thick goatee. You You know what I'm saying? They had the most constructive back and forth,
Conversation.
in my opinion. They had the most constructive back and forth, and I didn't totally disagree with where he was coming from with some of his talking points, and I'll probably play some of that too. I don't got the timestamps pulled up, but I'll probably try to play with some of his. But really, we want to get into some of the main clips that went viral from the thing where she was basically sounding like us.
Ooh, before you do that though, before you play the clip of her sounding like us, in the materials, I put in there where she was talking previously, are you black or are you American? Basically, when she was saying we couldn't be both.
Okay.
That's to me contradicting what it
Okay.
is that she was saying
Well, we'll play that
here.
after though. We'll play
Okay,
that.
okay,
We'll play that. We'll
okay,
play that after because that's
okay,
kind of the point that I want to make. Okay,
okay.
and this is a YouTube short. So let me just get it pulled up so it's ready. Hold on a second, y'all, and hopefully it don't glitch up or nothing. I got a few tabs open. Hold on.
What happened?
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me close that, and I'll just click on it when it's time to play it because it opens right up. But before we do that, let's play the part that you posted on your page.
Those
That
two.
yeah, let's get into those first because those kind of are the ones that's going viral right now that everybody's still talking about. Even though we like a
Right.
week behind covering this, a lot of people are still talking about this. So let's start off here. Oh damn! Why did this happen?
But it's
Hold
not
on.
letting you share.
I just opened up your page for some reason. Hold on. Dang, what just happened? Hold on. Now I gotta find it again. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me while I get this pulled up.
And while he's getting that pulled up, don't forget to head on over to Amazon and get From the Womb to Illmatic. Still available. Make sure you get the Spears book, From the Womb to Illmatic, a hip hop inspired blueprint to unlocking your child's inner genius.
Right, and I forgot to talk about the children's books as well.
Well, we got time.
Let them know. Let them know while I'm pulling this up
And
because the
while he's
links are
doing that,
the links are in the description, so y'all could
right,
go order the children's books today.
right. Okay. Volume one, the original, the OG Seven's Big Move. Y'all know that's already out. Then we have volume two, Seven's Big Chop. That's out now on Amazon. Links are there. And then we also have God Abilities, which is volume three. And then we have the Boredom Busters activities book. So this right here is a activities book. It has a word scramble, coloring pages, connect the dots and stuff. And then we have some keywords in the word scramble that we want our kids to know, such as reparations, right? um what justice, knowledge, science, technology. Of course, we're going to always add that stuff in there, so it's really really fun. We have a connect the dot in here, and it's Tariq. So these kids can get familiarized, with our foundational Black American greats. Millie Fuller, Professor James Smalls, just to name a few. So make sure you guys also get the Boredom Busters if you're ever going on a road trip. Put your kid in the back seat with some crayons or something, and they have plenty to do and read on the Boredom Busters activities book. So make sure you get that. All four of these books you guys can find on Amazon.
Yep, and there it is right there on your screen. Volume 1, Seven's Big Move. Volume 2, Seven's Big Chop. About him getting his first haircut and the lessons that he learned going through that. And Volume 3 is God Abilities, where we really get into a lot of FBA history and culture and that book right there. And then, like she said, the activity book, Seven's Boredom Buster, to give the kids something to do besides just being on electronics all
Yes.
the time and playing with the tablet all the time. Give them something to actually do where they're learning a lot of history, a lot of
Right.
culture, You know, we got the supreme mathematics in there, supreme alphabets is up in there. We got some Tut language up in there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they get to learn a lot about their history and culture. Y'all definitely want to go get that for the babies, man. But let me share this.
Which one is that? Okay.
And let's get into this. Yeah. This is the main one.
That was the first one I posted.
So, all right, here we go. Y'all ready? Let's get it.
You didn't hit. We can't hear it. Nope.
Can't hear it? Why? Hold on. Why can't y'all hear it? Hold on. The volume is up. The volume is up right here.
And fair use, by the way, fair use.
Why can't y'all hear this? Hold on. Let me see if this is saying anything about. Hold on. Let me see. Nothing? Nothing? Hold on. I don't know why. Hold on. Hold on. Take it off. And reshare it again. What about now?
No.
What about you guys in the chat? Is it just Nicely that can't hear it? Let me see what y'all saying. Is it? Can y'all hear it in the chat?
Chat, what says the?
No, it says no sound.
Mm-mm.
No sound, no sound, no sound. Why is there no sound? I don't know. I'm gonna refresh my page real quick and then come back. Because I might have just opened up too many tabs or something. I probably need to close some of these. So let me just
refresh.
Let me close this one. Let me close this one out. Let me close this one out. I don't need that anymore.
I hear something.
What's up, Red?
Do I have to speak garbanzo beans in the microwave?
Oh, y'all just got me and my forehead up in here right now. I don't see sincere. I just see my forehead. But anywho, make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are sharing this broadcast out. Oh, I'm really zoomed up in there. Forehead is all up in the camera. Oh my God. At least I'm cute though.
I don't know what's up with that. Let me try it again. All right. Reshare the screen.
Let's see what happens.
Okay, y'all can see it. Let's see if y'all can hear it.
I lived in North America.
Yes. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
All right, cool. So the only thing about this is I can't rewind it. So let's just hear it from here, and then we'll start it from the beginning. All right. Big facts, though.
Big facts, but it's like I can't help but question her motives suddenly, because I feel like foundational Black Americans are leading the charge. Right now, everything, if you notice, politically has been about us. Everything is about us, and I'm not surprised that they have pivoted and started talking about foundational Black Americans or Black Americans as a distinct, group now. But these are the very things that you were against before. So why are you for it now and respecting it now? And we've been saying the same thing from the beginning, and you were disrespecting it.
Because you are forced to. It's like we've been saying for years now, in the Black grassroots, the power is coming from the ground up. We are taking full control of the narrative. We have not changed our stance. We're still saying the same thing today that we were saying 10 years ago. It's them that have to move over this way, because if not, they seem out of touch.
Right.
If not, they don't have credibility. You know what I'm saying? Because
And
the
also,
truth,
it's a debate and switch. It's a debate and switch.
it
I
could
feel like it's
be.
a debate and switch.
It could be. It could be. Absolutely. Like, am I here to champion Amanda Seales and crown her? Not at all. Not at all. Do I see how this could be beneficial though? I do. I do. I see it both ways. Amanda Seales herself, she's irrelevant. It's not about that. But I've always said about Amanda Seales and people like her, even Candace Owens or whatever, I always said if we had those mouthpieces on our side, that would be very powerful because they are sharp, very articulate, and you know what I'm saying? They can spit. You know what I'm saying? The shit that be coming out their mouth sometimes, you know what I mean, be some bullshit. But I'm just saying they do have the ability to communicate very well. You know what I'm saying? And that's a powerful thing. Communication is a powerful thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Not bad looking women also, you know what I'm saying? Those things help. Those things are effective. You know what I'm saying? So I always said, I wish we had, you know, sharp mouthpieces from sisters like that saying what we're saying.
Right.
So whether they're sincere or not is irrelevant because what they're saying is still facts. And that's going to resonate with some people that are listening that may have not understood that before, because there are people who automatically discount us in the grassroots because we're not legitimized by the mainstream media, because we're not co-signed by the dominant society. And some people are still programmed to associate, you know, knowledge and factual information, reliable information from the dominant society. So if it's not sanctioned or co-signed by them, they're skeptical about it. They question it, even if it makes all the sense in the world. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, you just some nigga on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? That's the mentality. So when you get people who have been platformed by, you know, the dominant society, who people do kind of trust more than they trust us, and we get them to say what we're saying, it does become beneficial in the long run. You know what I'm saying? So all we got to do is stand on our square the way that we've been standing on our square. But let's play it from the beginning, and you know we'll pause from you know certain parts and break down what's going on here. I don't even know who KTS3 is. I'm guessing this is probably one of them drill rappers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Got shot out there in Chicago. But even though I don't know the story, I'm willing to bet that whoever shot him is locked up right now. Whoever killed KTS3 or whatever his name is,
I'm held accountable.
I'm willing to bet they're being held accountable. They ain't just walking around here scot-free willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? So that's a false equivalency. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why, quote unquote, BLM, you know what I'm saying, don't come out and protest against those instances. It's not because we don't care about you know, a life when it's taken by another Black person. It's because that's not a systemic issue. You know what I'm saying? What kind of protest you gonna do that's gonna solve crime?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We need resources. Resources solve crime.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We understand where that comes from. The same system, you know what I'm saying, that we protest against when the police are murdering people is the same system that perpetuates this type of crime that takes place in the neighborhoods in the first place.
Right.
So, you know, those arguments are bogus.
They're bogus. And also, where's BLM when it's time to talk about reparations? BLM only comes out when a Black man, woman, or child dies. They're not out here advocating for resources and the things that can help reduce crime, you know, in our communities and stuff like that. These are the same people who started out saying Black Lives Matters and start saying Trans Lives Matter. Exactly. These are the same people who came to destroy the nuclear Black family.
Exactly. Their words, by the way.
Their words.
Their website. Words. Their mission statement, by the way. That was their mission statement that they had to back up off of and try to scrub off the internet. They was out here saying they want to dismantle the nuclear family and you know, take the man away from being the head of household and leadership positions and all of that, and replace it with what they was calling the families. I forgot what they had. They had some weird term that they wanted to use for the new family structure that they had out here. Yeah, you can't even find that shit on the internet now. I remember I was helping my daughter do a paper in college, and she was writing about BLM. And I said, look, we're going to tell the truth. They got you writing about BLM. We're going to tell the truth. And it was so hard to find what they was originally saying, you know what I'm saying, on the internet. They got that shit scrubbed. But as we proceed,
remember.
Yeah, for sure. Keep something right here. Did you want to say something?
No.
Okay, I want y'all to peep something right here. This is one thing I ain't really see nobody point out about it, because there were some people who were really bigging up Amanda Seales for delineating right here and calling him out as a non-FBA, using these talking points and all of that. And somewhat she did do that, but if you pay attention, that really wasn't her intentions. Even when she asked the magic question, "Where are you from?" That's not even what she was digging for. She was just, in her mind, she's talking to somebody who didn't really grow up around Black people. Not that he was non-FBA.
Right.
She was like, okay, this person sounds like he didn't grow up around Black people. So when she asked him where he was from, and he said, "What do you mean by that?" She was like, "Where do you live now?" She wasn't really trying to get into his lineage and his background. Right. That wasn't where she was going with it. It just happened that he said he was from Angola, and it kind of struck something, and she eventually gets to it. Notice she didn't get to that yet. At this point, she said, "Where are you from?" He said, "What do you mean by that?" She said, "Where do you live now?" He said, "I live in Florida." And then he came out and said,
volunteered the information.
Right. He voluntarily said, "But I was born in Angola." And she still doesn't jump on it right away. She says, "What's the population of Black people where you live?" You know what I'm saying? So
she's
again,
still trying to. She's saying basically she thinks his perspective is coming from just being around white people.
Right.
It has nothing to do with lineage.
Just not growing up in a Black neighborhood.
Right.
Not growing up around a lot of Black people, not being educated about Black history. That's the point that she's starting out trying to prove. You know what I'm saying? So I want people to pay attention to that.
In Maine. I lived in North America.
In Maine.
Yes.
And what is the population of Black people in the sound of your...
See, so she's still not pointing out the fact that he's non-FBA yet, even though he already said it.
Right.
Even though he already said it, that's not even where she was going with it.
Right.
Went off.
Right.
That's where the light bulb went off, when she said, "Oh, there's an angle here." She realized there's an angle here.
When he said, is your parents Black American? My mom's Black. That's not the question.
Right.
That wasn't the question. We weren't asking if you were flat Black. Are your parents Black American?
Right. He understood that. He tried to be slick.
Yeah, he tried to.
Even though he already said he was from Angola, he still tried. Now, when she re-asked the question the way that she asked it, he understood that now this is about lineage. So he tried to muddy the waters a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, my mom's Black. My dad's Black.
Well, what's your daddy? Because he focused only on the mama. So is the dad mixed? Maybe?
No. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's not. I don't think it's in this clip, but in the conversation, he did say my father would be considered Black, but he's not really. I don't know what his father is. He might be an Arab or something. I don't know what his father is.
He looked a little mixed or something.
Yeah, he later in the conversation, he did say something about his father's ethnicity, his racial makeup, or whatever the case may be. He wasn't specific, but he was like, yeah, he would be considered Black, meaning he's not even like a person that considers himself Black, probably. Probably like a Myron Gaines or something like that. But what was I about to say? Oh, that's where the light bulb went off for her, that there was an angle for her to exploit. Because why? Because she's been smacked around with that for years. Yep. Where's your family from? When she was out here saying bullshit, Grassroots been on her bumper about her background and ethnicity, which many of y'all know. I think her mother is from Grenada. I don't know about her dad.
Yeah, I think her mom is supposed to be from Grenada, and allegedly her dad is supposed to be FBA.
Yeah, something like that. I'm not really sure about the FBA part. I'm not really sure about the FBA part.
Really.
But for sure, the side of her family that she acknowledges and identifies with is the Grenadian side. She bigs that up heavy, and she even said her father wasn't part of her life in this conversation, because she said he wasn't just some deadbeat, which I didn't really understand when she said that. She said he wasn't just some deadbeat. He got a bachelor's degree or some kind of degree, and he's some type of professional, but he just chose not to be a father, or he just didn't want to be a father. That's a deadbeat, man.
Right.
That's what a deadbeat is. You know what I'm saying? A deadbeat is not a nigga who don't really provide for his child because he don't have the means to. A nigga that don't got the means might actually want to be there for their child, but they just broke. You know what I'm saying? They made poor choices or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But you saying you got a dad with the means and the resources and everything, he just refused to be your damn father. That's a deadbeat.
Right.
But anyway, I digress. But here she goes. Now she's going to pounce down on the... Okay. Period, Pooh.
But that goes for you too, ma'am.
Right.
You know, because she was kind of on a Roland Martin tip for a while, calling us stupid,
yeah, not kind of,
dumb, cussing us out and everything else, because we just supposed to be a bunch of dummies.
Not kind of, big time.
Right, big time. Like seriously,
big
so
time.
I appreciate if there's a legit pivot, on the bull crap that she was spewing before, and I say that with quotations.
Again, I don't think there's a legit pivot at all. And again, like I said, I think we just kind of proved it that wasn't even her intentions. You know what I'm saying?
It was an accident.
It was really just an opportunity type of thing. She saw an opportunity, and you know what I'm saying? She knows our talking points because she's been smacked around with them for years. You know what I'm saying? So she just saw the opportunity to really score some points right there. And that was an easy one. So that's what that was.
So is she
just for the debate?
Though?
Just for the debate.
Okay, because I'm considering that she's debating a conservative, although she doesn't consider herself a Democrat, because she says that she's not a Democrat.
Right.
I don't believe that, know, but you think
but
that
a lot of people
around some conservatives is going to get you some brownie points from the Democratic Party.
But that part, I might even give her the benefit of that on that part. I don't think she made no pivot as far as, you know what I'm saying, rocking with the grassroots, understanding why delineation is important and all of that. I don't think she's, and again, when I find that part is going to prove that she definitely don't look at it that way, because she was kind of pointing out us delineating as being problematic. And I'm going to find that part. But the part that might be sincere is her being off of the Democratic plantation, because a lot of people have jumped off the Democratic plantation after this whole last run. You know what I'm saying? Because they see it's a sinking ship. So it's not because they coming over here on our side, but they just don't, they homeless right now. They politically homeless right now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them.
You know what? Why I know that's true? Because even Roland Martin claims that he's not a Democrat. He claims he's an independent, which I believe all independents are secretly Democrats. That's just my opinion.
Like the Charlemagne
and all libertarians are all Republican to me.
Kareem Jean-Pierre, she's not a Democrat no more. She got a book coming out talking about why she left the Democrats and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So right now, getting off the plantation and kind of dumping on the Democrats, there's a little bag to be made. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that part right there, you know what I mean, might be true. And they starting to see also how white folks, they change parties like they change draws.
Because how does it benefit me?
Right. They don't play those games.
No.
They don't play those games at all. And let me play, I'll play this next clip while I'm looking for the other one. And I'm going to have to open up another tab, so hopefully it don't mess up the volume again. But this was one of the other clips that you posted. Fair use again, by the way.
This one got way more views and comments on it than the first one.
I don't see why, but then again, I do see why. It's the internet. It's the internet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. I get it. But all right, I'm gonna play this. Fair use, fair use, fair use. About that?
No. I was listening.
Because he's saying
there's no white supremacy.
Rotten ass talking points about ain't no white supremacy, and the problem is ain't no black fathers in the home and all of that nonsense.
White people talking points, and then again, we need to know where his family is from too.
Yeah. And another thing that I wanted to say too, about this whole debate, because a lot of what Amanda Seales is talking about, she does make some excellent points about systemic racism and all of that stuff, which is good. But a lot of stuff what she's talking about is about like Black pride.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we kind of passed the whole Black pride thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Black pride is important. I'm not saying that it's not important, but most of us are proud to be Black at this point. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was a necessary thing to try to drive home, you know what I'm saying, a few decades ago, getting Black people to love themselves and just be proud of who they are and all of that. I don't really think that's a major issue in Black society anymore. Niggas
not an FBA society. You know,
Right.
she needs to teach black pride or push black pride on them. These are the people that's bleaching their skin with cake soap over there in Nigeria as well as in the Caribbean. So they need the black pride. These the ones who, not to say black women don't wear wigs here or whatever, but they wigs is way, way more janky, you know what I'm saying, than ours. Like it's a whole lot of and black people here in America, foundational black Americans, have always led the black pride movements. Where was theirs?
And she also said something about colorism too, where she was like, because the girl that she was talking to was light skinned, and she's
We don't
using
have
those
that problem.
conservative talking points about how she's able to get ahead and do certain things and whatever job she got, she was saying. And Amanda was like, well, you're a light skinned black woman too, just like me. We do benefit from that.
In your
And
country.
that's right. That ain't a thing over
No,
here.
in your country.
That is not a thing over here. Over here, the colorism thing, it only has relevancy in the dating pool.
That's it.
That's it. You being light skinned, yeah, you higher up in the dating pool with a lot of Negroes. Not me, but with a lot of Negroes, you do have a lot of Negroes with that mentality where they just like light skinned girls better. So yeah, there's colorism in that respect, but as far as like tangible things in society, you know what I'm saying, you being able to move upward in society based on being light skinned, that's not a thing over here. That is not a thing over here. Media, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Where they show a light-skinned girl and give light-skinned girls more media shine and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, they do that. The video vixens, the R&B chicks, all that
Even
stuff.
in the news
Yeah,
media,
light-skinned.
because you get the lighter
Right.
skinned girl, and most of them wearing wigs and weaves and stuff like that. That's why there's this big whoopla. Anytime there's a news anchor that wears braids, oh my gosh, she wore braids, or she wore her hair natural. You know what I'm saying? Like there's this big whoopla about someone wearing their natural hair versus the girls who don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So that lets you know that this is a white supremacy situation. It has nothing to do with colorism here because we don't care about color. We use a nigger. Ask nigger.
All right. I'm trying to find this other part in the segment that really proves what I'm trying to say about what her intentions really were or weren't. But let me finish playing some more of this clip here.
Themselves in positions of power
You
when
know
they
why
do
they're
not
in
have the
position of
power.
power? Because their
hear
culture. Black
Because of
culture
their
is
culture.
toxic. The
Hold
black culture is
on.
toxic.
I gotta
We
say
have
something about that. I gotta say something about that.
Like, dude.
The reason why there's so many white people in positions of power is because of their culture. Now, yeah, because their culture is white supremacy, but he's trying to say just they have better culture than they know how to act.
What's their culture?
And so they're more civilized. That's what he's trying to say. We're uncivilized and they're civilized, so of course they got power. White people are supposed to be in control of things. They're the ones that got high IQs and are more civilized. Like what? You're talking about people who have done the most brutal crimes known to man.
Globally.
Whole genocides, mass rapes, enslaved people, cut babies out of stomachs. They've done the most atrocious things in the history of mankind. And these are the people that you're saying
are more civilized.
Have this. Right. Like what?
And this is a black man.
Where is your
This is
family
a black man.
from?
Where's your family from? And who are you married to? Who you showing out for?
Look at her face. Like her face says it all right here. Like, is this a real person? Like, I feel you right there, man. I feel you. She looking at it like, is this a real person?
This is a black skinned person. And this is why foundational black Americans do not want everybody speaking for us. This right here is exactly why, including the coons within our lineage, because they don't speak for us.
Facts. And I don't know if y'all saw. A couple weeks ago, I went live. I had this Haitian dude in my chair whose hair I was cutting, and he was kind of talking like this. You know what I'm saying? He from Haiti, and he was trying to wag his finger at Black society, how we need to do better and all of this stuff.
No, y'all need to do better.
Y'all go check that out if you get a chance. It's on this channel. Let me look at the comments real quick, see what y'all talking about. I don't want y'all to think we ignoring y'all and shit. Shout out to Perfect Timing Podcast. Correct. Their culture is war and murder. Facts. Kukizi said that's exactly how I look at her. Hold on, let me go back a little bit. Shout out to Black Voltron Reloaded in the building. Amanda Seals is absolutely incompetent and disqualified to have this debate. Tariq Nasheed be eating these bootlegs up, tethers up every night. Yeah, every right. Tariq Nasheed has a surround debate every night on Twitter.
Literally, y'all.
Literally.
And what irks me, you know, even in these debates, because one, we've defined what we are, right? And only we can do that. We've also said who is and who isn't a tether. And these people will still get on that stage and lie through all their teeth, you know what I'm saying? And just make up narratives in order to hate more on foundational Black Americans. And they know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. They create a straw man and then attack the straw man.
It's crazy.
They know damn well they ain't what we saying.
Produce a culture that is toxic. And let's get on the fact that there's no fathers
So
in
white
the Black
culture
home. Let's get the
He keep on saying that. That's been debunked even by the dominant society. Debunked that. The people you out here bootlegging and kissing ass for, they debunked that. Ask the CDC.
Right. And isn't she gonna say, where's your scholarship? I think she's gonna ask him, where's the scholarship behind that? Where's your proof of all that? Or I don't know if it was the other guy. I think she asked one of the guys, where's the scholarship behind all this stuff that you're spitting?
Yeah. Yes.
I refuse.
All right.
Yeah, I want you to play this heifer right here. I'm gonna put it in the material. Play this. And this is that tether lieutenant governor. I think she's in Virginia, if I'm not mistaken.
Sears or whatever her name is.
Yeah, we got to get on her neck too. We got to get on.
That's gonna open up another tab. Hold on, before I click on that, let me try to find this piece that I've been looking for, because that's gonna open up another tab. Hold on a second, y'all. I do want to point this out. Actually, I do want to play this part. Let me bring this back a little bit, because I think this brother is FBA. He said he's from New Orleans, and the reason why I think he's FBA is just because of his mentality. He was actually coachable. He got up there disagreeing with what she was saying, but he actually listened, and when something made sense, he was like, oh, okay, I got it. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to point that out too, because there is a difference. There is a difference. Some people are just misinformed and confused out here. You know what I'm saying? Some people know exactly what they're saying is some bullshit, and some people who have just been programmed and, you know, they don't know no better. But when they hear some shit that makes sense, they're able to make the pivot. And I think this brother right here is a good example of that. Right here.
I was wrong.
Ah, damn. Hold on. Wait, is it on the screen?
Yeah. Something's on there.
Let me get it off the screen. Yeah, it's playing an ad. It's playing an ad. Let me get past this ad, and then we'll get into it. Bear with me, y'all.
I'm missing all the comments.
All right, here we go. Let me share this. Let me share this back with y'all now. Fair use once again.
Joshua.
Hello, Joshua.
Yeah. So I have two claims I want to settle. So I'm originally from New Orleans, right? And I've seen black on black crime my whole life, right? Yes. I don't believe it has nothing to deal with the police. It's more with the community, because there's a lot of pride that's in that city, but to the point where this person can't tell me nothing, I'm gonna kill him, I'm gonna take him out.
Yeah.
Is that simple in New Orleans?
Yeah.
Now Cali is probably the same way, but I feel like every state is different. You probably the way how your belief is might be right? But in New Orleans, it's a little different. Also, my second claim is this: we proclaim so much about Black Lives Matter, but when it comes down to a white person killing a black person, it's a big deal. It just don't make no sense to me.
Do you know what the statement Black Lives Matter is actually stating?
Yeah, well, like, you know, you started off from George Floyd.
Start off with Mike Brown.
Okay.
So Black Lives Matter is really simply just stating that when black people are murdered by the police.
And so I just love to see the light bulb go off in the young man's head, and you know what I'm saying, for a little shift to take place there. I appreciated that. I appreciated that part right there. You wanted me to play something else, because I don't think I'm gonna find that part that I was looking for. I should have time-stamped it. I'm still gonna try to find it, but let me pull up what you're talking about. This is a
It's a
Twitter
Twitter
link.
link, yeah. And listen to what this heifer saying.
Well, I clicked on it. What happened?
I don't know how it looks
Hold
over
on.
there.
No, the link is not clickable.
Let me see. Maybe I have to put it, DM it to you on Twitter. Want to see if that helps? Or what? No, what I'll do is reshare it in there because it's up. So let me do that. Hold on.
I'm gonna do that. Send it to me on Twitter. I think I should be logged in here. Send it to me on Twitter, and I should be able to just pull it right up right here. All right. All right. Y'all bear with us. We getting it together, and let us know what y'all think in the comments. What y'all thought about that young brother right there, and you know how she was able to change his mind a little bit. What y'all thought about that? I'd like to know y'all thoughts on that.
All right.
Oh no, that's not true. Where? Okay, hold on. Okay, got it. Oh, this is the
Lieutenant Governor.
Okay, got it. This is the Winsome Sears. Okay. Let me bring this back. Share this tab. Can y'all see it?
No, it's not up yet.
Okay, hold on. Let me do this
There
first.
we go.
And open it up. Here we go.
How do you respond to a white liberal woman who no doubt wants to at least preach inclusion, saying if you don't allow a man into a women's
Fair use, by the way, fair use.
bathroom, then she's going to make sure that a black woman uses a different water fountain? I mean, how bonkers is that?
Say what? Wait, what?
She said if something about I forgot shit.
He said if you're not gonna hold on.
Something about letting shims use the
Hold on, let me play it again.
How do you respond to a white liberal woman who no doubt wants to at least preach inclusion, saying if you don't allow a man into a women's bathroom, then she's going to make sure that a black woman uses a different water fountain?
Got it. So she's basically conflating trans issues with black issues, saying, okay, if it's going to be okay to quote unquote discriminate against a trans person, then it's going to be okay to discriminate against black people too. And see, this is the reason why a lot of the Democrat liberal agendas is very problematic for black people. When it comes to a lot of stuff that Trump is doing, what DeSantis is doing down there in Florida with the school system and the books and all of that stuff, the reason why it's so easy for them to attack Black history and the museums and all of this stuff is because the liberals have wrapped all of these other agendas in with our struggle.
Right.
And so that's the reason why it makes it an easy target for the Republicans to attack and gut it out.
And they do it on purpose as well. And all of those things, when they conflate everyone's issues on ours, this is why we're also having a hard time outside of racism, white supremacy, but getting everyone on board with reparations because they're conflating all racism, if you will, with our issue. Even that one.
This is another reason why delineation is important. But let me play this because I got to get out of here soon. I just realized what time it is.
I mean, how bonkers is that?
It is bonkers, Ed, and I have to say, you know, apparently, remember, they're supposed to love black people more than anybody else. Well, what about me? Here I am, and then, you know, I'm an immigrant to this wonderful country, and they're supposed to love immigrants, they say, Democrats do, more than Republicans do. Well, here I am. I'm an immigrant as well. So where's the love for me?
How do you respond?
You see that?
What?
That's the part that got me. Obviously, you know, the liberals are going to be liberals and do liberal things. We're used to that. Her ass, you know, jumping on. I'm an immigrant. Not I'm black.
Well, I blame the liberals.
I'm black. I'm an immigrant.
This is my point, though. I blame the liberals and the Democrats because y'all clear the path for this type of nonsense.
And then get mad.
Y'all clear the path for this type of nonsense. It's because of y'all activities that she's able to say that bullshit that she just said. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Yeah, both sides, man. Both sides.
And this is why we voted couch. This is why we voted couch. I remember the other night some dude got on one of the spaces with Tariq, and he was like, you told people to vote for Trump. Now you're talking against what Trump is doing as far as deploying the military to these black run cities or black neighborhoods, whatever. He was like, you are a liar. Because I never said to vote for him. I never said to vote for him. I didn't even vote for him. So you already coming on here lying. And no one did, and nobody said that Trump. We only said that when dealing with Trump, we're dealing with white supremacy head on. When dealing with Kamala, we're dealing with the white supremacists, the KKK Hispanics, the anti-black Asians, all of these groups dogpiling on foundational Black Americans. That's all that was said.
Yeah. Also, someone said that they think he was an FBA. The young man was an FBA too, and he was the only one up there that wasn't a tether. But I don't know. I kind of think this brother right here was FBA also, and probably a true conservative. Just from what I heard in this quick back and forth that he had with her.
Just a true raccoon.
He didn't really sound. He didn't sound like a coon to me. He didn't sound like a coon. He sounded like a conservative. You know what I'm saying? I didn't agree with everything that he was saying, but he don't sound like somebody who is anti-black and really trying to kiss up to white people. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody who really does care about black people, who just has a different idea about, what needs to be done to go about it. That's what I got out of listening to him. You know what I'm saying? I thought that these two had the most constructive back and forth, and I'm not going to play the whole thing, but just so y'all.
And how does that can you elaborate? How is that affecting the Black community?
Do you know what redlining is?
I know a little bit. I'm not an expert.
Redlining was a system that was created to determine property values, and that said Black people can only live in certain neighborhoods and not in other neighborhoods. And the redlining lowered the property values of those Black neighborhoods by stating that they were more savage, that they were more dangerous, etc. Thus, they were not.
So like I said, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but peep right there real quick, though. Let me bring it back a little bit. Peep right there. There's a difference between the guy that she's talking to and the tether that's on the side who can't take it.
There were also many efforts to just not allow
Look. You think it's fake?
For property, putting them in predatory scenarios where they were being essentially unable to own.
Nah, he grew that joint out, man.
No.
He trying to look distinguished like on some W.E.B. Du Bois type shit. You know what I'm saying? He grew that joint out. That's real. There ain't no fake mustache. I'm a barber. That's a real mustache. But yeah, I didn't agree with a lot of what he was saying, but he didn't come across like a tether to me, or like that he was anti-black at all. You know what I'm saying? But can't get into all of that right now.
Before we end this, though, I do need you to play that one video. Are you Black or are you American from Amanda Seals? Because she was saying that we cannot be both, which is a damn lie.
Definitely. Let's play that. 1 second. Let me open it. Hold on. Let me close this first of all. What the hell? Okay, close this. Here and pause. Share this. All right, fair use again. Fair use one more again. This was Amanda pre-pivot,
right.
quote unquote pivot. Are you Black or are you American?
Be Black, or do you want to be American? Because at this point, you can't be both. We are.
She up there with the red, black, and green. She talking to us.
She's talking to us, Foundation of Black Americans.
This her trying to talk down on us. Even though now in the debate, she acknowledges the disparate, well, I think that was the word she used, right? The disparate difference between the experience of foundational Black Americans and somebody who immigrated here voluntarily.
We are of this land, but we are not them. Assimilation.
We're the true Americans. Right. No, we're not them. They're not American at all.
But whoever said we were them, or we thought we were them, or we're...
This is what I'm saying. Y'all looking at America as that's white people's country. We're the true Americans. They haven't upheld the real values of America: freedom, justice, equality, all of that stuff that they talk about in the Constitution and all of that, all the stuff that they wrote down on paper. We're the only ones who have actually been living that out.
Right, in real time.
We're the only ones who've been real patriotic fought in every single war, defended this nation, never took up arms against this nation. They went to war against this nation in the Civil War, trying to separate from the nation and all that. They don't care about America. They care about white supremacy.
Is not to be mistaken for freedom. Well, maybe for some it is. They want their red velvet cake and also to eat it. Bear their melanin with only skin deepness and allow their ancestral DNA to be defeated. All to
now she's doing poetry slams and shit. Now you're doing poetry slams. Back to Amanda Diva. We ain't forget Amanda Diva.
Consume with a silver spoon, they'll soon be stabbed with. That is the legacy of the America in which we exist. Yes, this is the United States of shame. Shame on everybody. You, me, him, her, me, you, and your cousin too. Because we've been caught up in the business of influence. And
she's so corny.
It's just like, why is it that foundational Black Americans cannot be Black and American, but everybody else can? Because when convenient for them, well, I'm an African American. You know, you hear the Nigerians, well, I'm a Nigerian American. I'm a this and an American. And if you don't feel like you can be both, then why are y'all here? And you're all Black run countries where you guys are the majority, yet you hop on inner tubes, flights, trains, automobiles, whatever, donkeys to get over here where you know it's anti-Black.
And you're doing this little poetry slam, something else that was innovated by us, and you using foundational Black American vernacular, colloquialisms, and inflections in your voice and all that, trying to talk like an FBA sister instead of your Grenadian mother, who you like to pick up the accent whenever, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to other yourself, you know what I'm saying? But you sitting here trying to talk like us, using one of our art forms to express this nonsense that you're spewing about who we not. So this is the real Amanda right here, y'all. This is the real
reacting
Amanda.
To incidents.
Don't be fooled.
Defiant in our insolence. Distracted in the dissonance while they've been busy cooking up a culinary feast of consequence. Who among us will be dissidents? Who will sit at their table and nibble on nuance as sustenance? Who will pull their chair in and break bread, then throw it in impertinence? Who will shatter their windows, raining down impudence on their governance? With so many Black folks trading in resistance for a badge of excellence at infiltrating their system, more and more and more of us think,
that would be
as long as we still got rhythm, well, baby, that's all we're required to do. Will your values line up when their boots on the ground come for you? Every right this nation provided only after decades of death and demands, thrown down as scraps like, here. So excuse me as I take a moment and beg you to listen to, then judge your shadow and stoke your spirit's embers. Decide, will I be a guide or derided? Is entry into the burning house worth it if my integrity is conquered and divided? To be an American is to be an accomplice to the cowardice of erasing our truth. To be Black is to be a present-day ancestor, preserving legacy and strengthening the root.
That would be us, foundational Black Americans. That's exactly who we are.
Period. And first of all, the people that's selling out for a seat at the table or whatever she said, you know what I'm saying? Why aren't you talking to them about that? Because these are the very people, including some tethers, that get in position that does nothing for us, yet you guys want us to stay on this hamster wheel of voting for these people over and over because guess what? They're Black.
Yeah, because they're the ones that get over here, get their citizenship and get their weight up and say, why are you guys complaining about racism? Everything is all right. We're all Americans. We all got a fair shot. They're the ones that say that type of shit. Being American, us claiming our Americanism is not being white or being assimilated into white society at all.
You know that.
At all. At all. They have not, again, they have not represented and exemplified the true values of America the way that we have. We're the only true Americans.
And we're
the only true Americans.
And they want us to be generic Africans, generic Pan-Africans, whatever. They just want us to be generic. They do not want us to stand on lineage business, because when you look at foundational Black Americans, when you look at our riders in foundational Black American history, we've been the true riders, the true patriots of this country, the only Americans really in this country. Everything points back to us.
He say he looks like a broke ass Dollar General Cornell West. Oh shit! Send me this on Twitter, please. What? Send you what?
Oh, they want that link to that video. Are you Black or are you American?
Okay, y'all gonna have to go to YouTube. Yeah. Oh, you Black or you American?
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they want the
link.
Yeah,
just type that in on YouTube. Amanda Seales, are you Black or are you American? If you're talking about the debate, it's on a channel called Jubilee. It's on a YouTube channel called Jubilee. But if you type in Amanda Seales' name, that's the first thing that's gonna pop up. So y'all can find that. All right. So yeah, let me see. So Deaf Poetry Slam. Yeah. Facts. Man, so look, appreciate y'all rocking with us, man, as always. We're going to be getting back to our regular schedule. I know we've been MIA for a little minute, but we back here, man. So appreciate y'all rocking with us. Again, don't forget, don't forget, go get the book, From the Womb to Illmatic, available on Amazon right now. And there goes the QR code. Why is it over there in the corner now?
And then all these.
And go get the children's book as well. I don't got a QR code for that. I got to create a QR code for that one. So I can put that on the screen for y'all as well. But you just go to Amazon. The link is in the description, by the way. The link is in the description of this video right here to order the children's books and to order the From the Womb to Illmatic book. So you make sure y'all go get those. Oh, okay. It's showing two. Wait, why is it showing Coming to America here? I don't know, but y'all could go stream that too, though.
Right.
Go stream that too. Coming to America by Sincere Love to God, DJ RP Beats. That's available on all DSPs. Y'all make sure y'all go get that. Yeah. We'll see y'all soon, man. That does it for today's episode of Sincere Love to Godcast. Always remember, family, we are not the master teachers, but we are the master students and signal boosters for the voices of the new Black media. We out of here. Peace.